In a few months, we'll have elections, and the bigots are back again. One of the prominent bigots from 2023, whose bigotry was completely dismantled, that has found his way back again, is from the Atiku camp. They are the usual culprit who put religion and ethnicity and all of those other things forward, as opposed to telling us the policies, principles, and programs and the credibility of their candidate Atiku. One of them is this not-so-gentleman, Professor Yusuf. One would expect that a professor of hematology, a medical doctor who has practiced across the world, will be more urbane, will be more cosmopolitan in his thinking. But unfortunately, the guy is still stuck in his 18th century, 17th century bigotry, religious bigotry, and has gone to make certain comments in this video. Please watch this video.
Peter Obi cannot penetrate the north. End of story. Three main opposition, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and ADC, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi, just like we did the last time. I've talked about Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot, and should not be allowed to continue beyond 2027 for the reasons I said. Back to what's his name, Peter Obi. Peter Obi, a very young man, energetic. The North has issues with him. I've said it time and time again. We are going to interrogate his tenure as a governor of Anambra State, 8-year governor, what he did to Northerners. This is there. Number two, we are going to interrogate his association and refusal to dissociate himself from IPOB, which has been declared a terrorist organization, and his association and continuing. He's been talking that Nnamdi Kanu should not have been arrested. His claim. We will interrogate him. It's not for his surrogates to come and give us answers. He must come and talk to people in the north to feel comfortable with him. If they arrest Turji and I come and say, oh, Turji is not a terrorist, Turji, they think anybody else will vote for me, even back home here. Number three, Peter Obi during his 2023 campaign, his party is essentially Igbo-centric and Christian. Igbo and Christian. End of story. How do you expect us, Muslims, to be comfortable with you?
So what do you think is the solution?
I'm coming. Come talk to us. Or he went around all churches during his 2023 campaign. That churches, take your country back. Take your country back from who? So he has questions to answer, and he needs us to be comfortable with him, and we are not. And that's why he brought Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, thinking that Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso will help him make inroads into the Muslim North. We have a right to vote for whoever we want to vote for. Nobody will impose any candidate on us. I have no doubt today and ever that the ticket that will be best for this country will be Atiku and Amechi. Atiku, you don't have to ask, what has he done? It's sure, and he's been fighting. Amechi is a speaker in Rivers State, two-time governor, he's been a minister, and people are more comfortable with him in the north. He's a traditional title holder in Daura.
So do you think that's the solution for Nigerians?
We need to change. Okay, they are resisting that a general goes to war with the troops he has. These are the candidates we have. We're not going to ask God Almighty to drop another candidate for us. These are the three main candidates. Of the three main candidates, Peter Obi is not sellable in the north. And this is the honest truth. They don't want me saying that. They say I'm this and this. I know not how to lie. Peter Obi cannot penetrate the north. End of story. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's the north that voted him. And even the north, Muslim north, not Christian north. He won Katsina, he didn't win Lagos, his home state. So don't tell me the Christian, region, ethnic, whatever. We voted for him. And we're not going to vote for him again. Atiku Abubakar and Rotimi Amechi will be the ticket that I will support, that I will campaign for. End of story, that I think will be better than this mess that we have.
Number one, Atiku will not get 25% of the vote in any of the 17 states of the South. Statement of fact. Number two, this man here was made to head NHIS. NHIS is National Health Insurance Scheme. And the man is said to have allocated to himself and his friends close to 7 billion naira in unearned allowances. And as we speak, I think he still has a case with the EFCC. He has been asked to explain how he spent certain money, about $18.6 million, when he was head of NHIS. When he was head of NHIS, he was suspended on 2 different occasions. I think 3 actually, but I am sure of 2 as head of NHIS. This is a man who is a religious bigot, who forgets that his religion, the religion that I practiced, that he is practicing, forbids him from stealing public money, or allegedly being accused of stealing public money. But because these guys are looking for access, they want to re-access Aso Rock again and continue from where they stopped. They are ready to go low. He does not care about Muslims. He does not care about Northerners. He only cares about what comes to him. And he will leverage on the fault lines of the country to ensure that he acquires that thing that is meant to come to him, which God did not allow to get to them by the special grace of God. Peter Obi went round across Nigeria, churches, mosques, social clubs, and elsewhere, to tell Nigerians, take back your country. He did not say Christians, take back your country. He said, Nigerians, take back your country. Wherever he found himself, he said, Nigerians, take back your country from this gang of criminals. So if this man is one of the criminals that they have been asked to take back, that we've been asked to take back our country from, regardless of his religion, we will take back our country from people like this who stole allegedly while in public office. Finally, Nigerians, in 2027, I'm asking you to take back your country.
So, misguided Professor Yusuf, everything you said here now, does it make sense? It doesn't really make sense. And you're a professor. You coming out to display your low-level IQness and spitting gibberish speaks volume. Your facial expression, your tone, your speech, your deep hatred of bigotry is on steroid. Now, coming out to display your sentiments and anchoring your reasons on religious, convictions is crazy. We know that you are being driven by Islamic ideology that is ravaging the north. And what is that ideology? That Igbo presidency is haram. That is the ideology. So don't take what he said for granted. That is the ideology of an average northerner. Yes. Now he said Obi is not celebrating in the north. That is the honest truth with full conviction. And he said Obi cannot penetrate the north. End of discussion. You are playing God. Let me leave that aside. If Obi is not celebrating in the north, then it is not in your place to come out and anchor it on religious sentiment. Now, in this video now, he said a lot of things that you will know that these people, they are the problem of this country. He said the last election, Obi was moving from one church to another and he was aligning himself with Christianity. So did you not just align yourself with Islam now? You said it. So if Obi is a Christian, it is a taboo for him to display his Christianity. Is that what you're saying? That's the problem we are facing in this country. And you see, we have a problem, much problem, in the southern part of Nigeria because we are not united. If you look at the northern counterparts, they are united in their decision and in their political pursuit. North central, north west and east, they are united. But if you look at the southern part of Nigeria, there is division. The same north has sown seed of discord between the southwest and the southeast. So they are not united. That is why they have the guts to believe and feel that they own the power. That power should always be with them. Now he's supporting Atiku and Amechi. That is who he's supporting now. That Tinubu cannot go for second term. Obi is not qualified. The person that is qualifying now in some candidate is Atiku and Amechi. Rubbish. They are not even qualified. Those ones are not qualified. So Obi is better off. I'm not speaking for Obi because I'm his fans. No, I'm not even his fans. But the truth of the matter is that Obi is better off. But you coming out to anchor it on religious sentiments is crazy. And you see, the South is not united. The hatred between the Southwest and the Southeast is crazy. And if we are not united, the North will run over us. And it will be very difficult for us to even see vice presidency because this Muslim ticket now is fast becoming the status quo. And much worse is to see the Southwest align with the North, leaving the South and the Southeast vulnerable. We better wake up. If not, the agenda to render complete conquest on the South is at hand. We better wake up.
What does it mean to be educated? To be educated simply means having the ability to open your mind to a broad range of realities. But in some instances, to some people, they have allowed ideology to melt their brains. I'd like to draw attention to this particular fellow whose name is Professor Usman Yusuf. You know, it's very saddening that people who call themselves professors, who are supposed to have an overwhelming views of possible realities that tends to bring peace and align brotherhood and brotherliness, are the very people that somehow think like the common street urchins. It's very amazing that this same man in the last time was the very man that was telling the North why the risk involved in voting an Igbo man or in voting for an Igbo man Today he is at it again. I saw a video where he was saying that before the North should decide to vote for Peter Obi, they should go and investigate what Peter Obi did to Northerners in Anambra State. Well, let me not waste your time. Peter Obi in Kaduna, in one of these northern meetings, was asked the same question. And these were Peter Obi's words. He said, he is going to that Yusuf Dati once asked him the same question, if it is true, if there was any validity to it. And then he said that he's going to give money to go through the north and find people who stayed in Anambra. If they verified, if they actually said that he gave ID cards to northerners to identify themselves as northerners, that he is going to stop campaigning. Since then, 3 years after, nobody has come forward to say that, yes, I was in Anambra State. When I was in Anambra, Peter Obi actually forced us to have ID card. You see, when you have educated people like this, becoming intellectually mischievous, like I said, for those of you living in the South, the common northerners on the street have no problem. They have no problem living with anybody. It is these elites, these wicked elites that are weaponizing religion in them. That's why they behave like this. Take this influence of these elites out. They are the best and nicest people to live with. But because they want to fan their own interest, they find a way to weaponize religious sentiments in these innocent individuals. We must stand and attack them. Professor Usman Yusuf, or Yusuf Usman, my name is Magnus Soraka. I've spent close to 60 years in the North, and I know exactly what I'm saying. What you are doing, stop it. The coming together of Peter Obi and Kwankwaso, it's a long-yearned possibility that we've been looking for. A unity between North and South. There's an understanding that Peter Obi does 4 years and it comes back to the North. Allow peace to reign. Stop creating this animosity between regions. We want to live together in peace. We have no other country than Nigeria. Allow peace to reign. Please, please. Bikonu.
So to Professor Usman Yusuf, Peter Obi is not the enemy of the North. Igbos are not the enemy of the North. The South is not the enemy of the North. Let me shock you. North and northern politicians are the real enemy of the North. The northern Nigeria today is the poverty capital, illiteracy capital, IDP capital. Okay? How? The North has produced several presidents and prime ministers of Nigeria. What has changed? What did they do for the North? Including you. You held political position. What difference did you make in the North? Peter Obi is not the problem of the North. Peter Obi never asked northern people living in Anambra to carry ID card. It was Rochas Okorocha who did. But because you're peddling misinformation, thinking you are attacking Peter Obi, the North is the real enemy of the North. Yes, that is the truth. All the governors in the North, are they doing anything different to make North a better place? No, they are not. You are playing politics with your people. You're using your people to play politics. When somebody who have good intention to save them come up, you are beginning to bring rubbish information against Mr. Peter Obi. The North is the enemy of the North. Insecurity ravaging the North is caused by Northerners. Yes, that's the truth. Hear it from me. Peter Obi is not your problem. Wake up. I've told you before. Anytime Northern youths wake up from their slumber, anytime they start to associate with the Southern youths, anytime they embrace education and social lifestyle, you will see how they are going to dismantle all this bad information you people are cooking against them, because they are the real ones suffering it. Peter Obi is not the enemy of the North. You and your colleagues are the real enemy of the North. Every time, the North will not forget. The core North. Which North? What have you done differently as a Northerner for the Northern people?
Good evening, guys. See, it's hard time we correct some impression on this our campaigns and internet issues. See, if you want to talk about anything, votes. Now I'm talking to my friends and people in the north. If you want to talk about anything concerning who you want to support, talk it based on your personal or individual. Don't generalize it. Say we in the north is going to. Are you the whole north? Support who you want to support individually. If you want to say in the north, see who I am going to vote. Don't say see who we are going to vote. As who? As a mouthpiece of the north, or as who? I saw somebody saying Peter B is not sellable in the north. Who told you? Who told you? So somebody will now come to the east and start saying Atiku is not sellable in the east. That we are not going to vote Atiku. You can't say that. Just say just you. The high time people start liberating themselves from all this I don't know the kind of mentality I will put it. The better for everybody in this country. You want to vote Tinubu, just you. Don't generalize it, say we. You are who? But more than the third time, for this on our speech. In fact, all these journalists, if when they interview these people, if you see the people who on the interview no just get Bremona, just call that interview. Because this country, the way things they go, people they vex, people they hungry, insecurity everywhere. Still, person go come up being the young nonsense.